This is fucking Jose Skate. It's so cute.
Chicken baby.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gaze. Let's love.
Do you think he's for real? Like,
Yes.
I know, and I keep going, is this a big joke? And I keep saying, no, I don't think it is.
No, I think he is a passionate artist who's obsessed with his art. I really do.
But also kind of an adult trapped with a toddler's brain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we be getting played?
Did you watch the video?
No, I did not watch the video.
I did watch the actual video. Whoever edited it made it look a lot better. Didn't look like it was filmed on that little camera, but it is basically just him rapping and Louise dancing like your 65-year-old grandmother at your cousin's wedding.
And that kind of leather thing that hung on her.
Even the costume was lazy. Like everything just seemed. And I know that. So, like, look, I know she has.
Did she have her
fibromyalgia,
cane?
so-
Did she have her cane in
No,
the video?
but it literally was just felt she was just doing the least.
I think she always does the least.
It's not a bad song.
Jose, really? I thought in just a little bit of it, I heard it's terrible. It's not like Clon 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 at all, which is a fucking banger, which we played at all the live shows.
We did. It sounds better in the video. He is not talented. Or yes, he is talented. It's just
I can't figure it out. I just part of me thinks that it's just on a loop in his head. I love you, chicken and Perea, mama, Perea. It's like maybe he can only, and when he's in the middle of creation, he can only speak in song lyrics.
I'm telling you, he's like a crazy composer that you talk about all the time. He just gets obsessed with it.
And so, or maybe his brain is oatmeal.
Either one.
I think it's
enjoyable to watch.
UK. I will say this is the only storyline right now that's enjoyable for me. I think Charlotte's is going to peter out in a way that I'm just waiting for it to crash. I don't enjoy watching it. The Tony Nui thing is terrifying.
Nui, you in danger, girl.
And I think the Jamie Kathleen thing is not funny as it used to be. And I feel like this sometimes happens with this show is they run out of ideas. I think we're going to see. Yeah. I think we're going to see Sprite and John next week.
Yes.
But I think it is funny when they bring Sam and Ali on, at least, even though she's awful. But he's just so watchable.
He's taking his English test next week. So, which we heard is not difficult. Because did Jose have to do it before? I think Jose and Louise. Yeah. And if Jose passed, he's fine.
Yeah, Ali's pretty good.
Yeah,
he mixes things up, but I think he'll be fine.
I think we don't do that for people in the U.S. We don't ask them to take an English test here.
We do not.
Okay.
We do not.
I'm not saying we should. Don't come at me. I was just asking.
You're going to come over here. You're going to speak English. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Maddie. That was a really horrible thing to say.
Yeah, that's really what I meant.
Yikes. What a racist.
I wonder if Jamie and Kathleen felt not for audacity, so to speak, but just, I almost thought I was watching it and went, did y'all already break up and you're just doing this?
You know, I think that's her. She's not great TV. He's fantastic.
He's fantastic. She does take the air out of the room.
You know what it is? I think she's nervous being on camera. He is just like, hi, I'm here with my parents and we're taking photos. And I know that she's going to think that I'm the best boyfriend ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In what world? This man knows less about women than either of us.
That's true. That's true. I mean, talk about he's something's not clicking.
There's developmental issues.
Yeah,
it's and that mother with that lipstick again.
Yeah, it's just. And then that ex-girlfriend who's gorgeous.
Who is young. So I thought, what could Jamie's mother have to talk about with this woman in her 20s, this Thai woman?
I mean, well, let's just talk about them now because we're talking about Jamie and Kathleen.
This is 90 Day UK.
This is
Reality Gaze. We are back from vacation.
Back in action.
Back in the USSR.
Nope, don't. Poodle did not go to Russia.
Yet. Actually, no, I'm never going to go there. I would go over there. I'd probably have to go help Cousin Olga in some way.
Oh, yeah. Olga, something happened.
She'd come up with a scam. Mm-hmm. She'd come up with another scam.
And finally got her, and you get a blackbird that's dead at your door that says, come.
Yeah, it says,
meet me.
Smells like smoke.
Yeah, it says, meet a bearded man at the Victorville airport at 3:42 a.m.
They take me on a cargo plane to to Vladivostok.
Yeah, that's basically it.
We do everything for family.
We do everything for family. Love it. Blood's thicker than water. So yes, this is 90 Day UK. I think what are we?
Just that HEA, we aren't covering episode 17 because that actually technically aired during our vacation. We will do not a full recap, but a kind of a cursory recap and just talk about all the little things that happened.
Actually, not full at all, very brief. So,
and just
maybe I need to set a limit. You can only talk about 3 points.
I think that we need to talk about probably each of the couples.
No, we'll talk about everybody. I just wanted to scare you.
And then I'll do what I want. Like Statler said, I could do what I want. If I want to piss in my bathtub, I will. It's my fucking bathtub.
That is a poodle move.
I'll do what I want.
It's why I don't take baths with poodle. Don't do a lot of things if I can't help it.
When Statler did say that, when she said, I do what I want, that is a big thing for me, too. I do what I want. You don't make me do anything. I'm an adult.
Did you grow up not doing a lot of what you wanted?
I was told what I could do, and most of the time I just would get by with it. But I was, as my mother says, a very willful child who did not want to follow orders or directions or commands.
Yeah,
didn't like it, and when I did not like it.
It's really weird. Most people, their first child is usually the easy one.
Nope. Actually, that's not true. I was easy because I kind of did what I wanted, but I made my mother think I was just doing everything. Maybe I wasn't easy. I don't think I was. Never mind. I retract that.
I don't really actually love the term easy, but you were just being you.
I was me.
Yeah.
To a fault.
It's true, but just let I want to say, just let your kid be you. And then mothers are screaming and saying, my kid's driving me crazy right now because they are willful.
But
y'all, if you have a willful kid, Poodle grew out of it.
You don't. No, sorry. They're going to be like this forever.
Yeah, y'all. But they'll fight for you. Make sure the nurse cleans your bed when you're in the nursing home.
I'll try to find a cheaper way. There was, when I was in Tahoe, there was a child. One day we went to the Ritz-Carlton for spas. And there was a child just chattering. And I talked to my mother just a minute ago, and I just say, thank you for just probably telling me that. Thank you for raising me not to just think that was bad to do bad behavior. She's like, you always did that, just talking to yourself all the damn time. God, never shut up.
So here you were thinking you were this good kid, and you were just that kid too.
Well, I remember it being. I think I became self-aware at one point, and I realized no one needed to hear me stop just running my fucking mouth about nothing.
At 15.
I think it happened around 7. But before that, my mom said, oh, yeah, you just chatter. I kept saying, Chaper, no one needs to hear about this. And you'd go up and talk to everybody.
Would you tell your family business to people?
Yes.
Oh.
I couldn't shut up during the children's sermon. In fact, I was told not to answer every question that the preacher asked. I said, Chaper, you got to give someone else a chance to answer.
But you'd studied all those Bible quizzes.
I studied all of them. I just wanted to talk and be right and be listened to, because there was never enough attention.
Y'all, BetterHelp.com/realitygaze. Use that code.
Come at me if you watch your child go up. You still go to church. Then I'm sure probably you're not listening if you go to church regularly, or maybe you do.
No,
maybe you're a cool churchgoer.
We've got church people that know Jesus doesn't care if you suck a dick.
And when your child goes up for the children's sermon, you just grab onto that pew and just wait for what they're gonna say. That was my mother's daily or weekly hell. Was her being afraid I was going to talk a lot and share our shit during the children's sermon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pour one out for Mother Poodle, y'all.
She's fine. She, as she said, well, thanks for calling. It's just been me and Muffin. Your father's somewhere. I don't know. He's blah, blah, blah.
Is he hunting again? A trip or something?
Well, I talked to her a little bit, and she had to get off the phone when I was in Tahoe, but I called her back. And no, he was just, my father's just out doing stuff because he needs to keep busy, He's got to do something.
If he stayed in the house, she'd yell at him for staying in too long.
That's what she said. I'm just like, I guess I'm glad he's out of my hair. But Muffin, it was raining, and Muffin did not get to go on a gator ride, which is their ATV, and they take Muffin out
every day, right?
Muffin, yes, and at dusk, and Muffin gets to run around and go with the ATV.
So I bet Muffin's in all kinds of sorts when she can't get her ATV
upset.
right.
Yeah, that was what my mother was talking about.
Wow. Where's that bruise on your arm from?
Oh, isn't this awful? Did you see it?
Yes. What happened?
You've
got to have softer sex.
This wasn't from sex. This was I kind of was moving in, and I hit the banister when I was moving my suitcase into this cabin, and it hurt so bad. And the bruise is 4 colors right now.
It looks like the kind of hematomas my Aunt Darla has on her forearms.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a very bruised older person. I also, my legs and knees are completely knocked up because when I kayaked, I kept hitting my legs with the paddle or my knees.
You have to move it over. I bet that's hard, actually.
Well, I kept trying to sit up and because my back was hurting.
Okay.
And so
well, let's hashtag middle-aged vacation. Yeah.
Let's move on. It's just depressing.
This just got sad.
Well, 9 Day UK episode. So to be fair, we're not covering Happily Ever After this week. So
yeah, episode 17.
I know you're all broken up.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched MILF Manor. I will say, I guess for people listening, be on the lookout. MILF Manor is ending next week. I'm sad. I will be jumping on.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to jump onto Little Miss Recap, and I'm going to talk about it with Amy Archer and Amanda. So I'm very excited. So be on the lookout for that. We will be talking about the finale of MILF Manor.
You can peddle that filth over there, not on this podcast.
Well,
I allow 1 minute.
I can't. Well, one day there might be a day where if Smothered and things go away, there might be a day where we need the content.
Hell no.
Have to do it.
Hell no. There's always pure trash out there. That's just no. I just can't talk about it.
All right, let's talk about because we talked about them a lot. Let's talk about Jamie and Kathleen. Because it ended weird. I don't want to end with them anyway. But so Jamie's in Cyprus. He's going to his family's party. And Kathleen's like, I'm not happy that the ex Tess is going, so I'm not going to go. And I agree with her.
I think this is all fake. I don't think his mother is friends with Tess. I think they were just trying to create a story here.
Not possibly. I do think I agree with Kathleen, but she played it all wrong.
I know. I would go. I would totally go.
And I would be so charming to that mother. And I would be so nice to that ex-girlfriend. Mm-hmm. In fact, I would be like hanging out with her and dancing at the end of the night and probably commiserating with her of how shitty Jamie is.
It's poor planning, really. You gotta swallow a lot. Got to swallow a lot of loads to get what you want.
Well, apparently she has a lot with Jamie, y'all, because he's got a huge dick.
No, you can tell. It's always the ones who go, hi, who have huge pendulous dongs. So,
true.
Anyway, he's this idea that his parents are very good friends with her. None of that makes any sense.
Like, how did they meet? How did they become friends? She's acted like she hasn't been involved. She actually said at the first episode, she said she kind of help him break up with people because all these women were using him.
Yeah. So y'all, then Kathleen says maybe his parents want him to get back together with this woman. So I didn't even take it seriously that the woman actually invited her to do that. I think even if that was so, I don't think they would choose this younger Thai woman over another Thai woman. I don't see it. Anyway, Kathleen's texting him nonstop about blah blah blah. Are you blah blah blah? And
where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? And he makes this video.
It's like, I decided I would send Kathleen a video of where Tess isn't hiding. Well, she's not in the cupboards, not behind the drapes. She's not in the bathroom. She's not in the refrigerator.
Oh, I was going to say, and not in the cakes. This felt like a children's book.
I know.
Of Jamie finding his hidden ex-girlfriend.
She's not under the bed. Wait, is she behind the door? Oh, God, is she behind the door?
Is she behind the door? Oh, she's not under the rug. I should look some more.
Wait, what's that on the floor? Oh, it's my shadow.
It's my shadow. My shadow.
Anyway, yeah, something don't go all the way to the top of the elevator.
No. So anyway, and Jamie's mom, she's talking to Jamie. She's like, "Is Kathleen coming?" And he's like, "No, Mom, because Tess is coming." And she's like, "Well, she's a friend of mine."
And they already know, I think, she's not coming. And the mom basically says, "Well, you know what? Tess is my friend, and if she loves you, she would understand." Y'all.
And it's too late now because I already invited her.
If your parents, if I was dating you and your parents were best friends with my with your ex, I'd have a problem with that. And if you said you needed to, or if I would understand, I'd send you a.
Christina takes that out. No. That could be used in a court of law.
Yeah. Shiny new.
Like you keep saying, none of this makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Except for, I do say, well played, Mom, because this mother does not want Jamie to be with Kathleen.
No. I have a hard time. She thinks she thinking that she wants her to be with Tess either. I
know, but she wants him. She knows what she knows is she can break up any relationship of Jamie's.
Yeah. That frosted lip gloss is her power.
It is her power. Yes. Yes.
And I liked it when she's like, "But I can't uninvite her now." Like, that would be the worst thing.
Wow, that's very British.
So, and she's like, "Oh." And then Kathleen said, "Oh, there's Tess." And she's like, one thing is people later on, she's like, people are sending me things saying, why is Jamie posting pictures of Tess?
And Jamie does it because he's like, I'm showing everybody how I'm not fucking Tess right now. I'm at my dad's party.
So you can definitely tell I'm not fucking her because I'm going to be in pictures. Y'all, it doesn't matter. With you could produce a picture of you on one side of the room and her on another. Someone, the other person in the relationship is going to say you were still in the same room.
It is like Jamie feels like if he takes a picture, then people can look at it like a Harry Potter picture and it will move and
it becomes
show.
Real. Yeah,
I think he thinks those are real.
You know what I would get?
No
I would
sense.
get one of my friends to go and take pictures all night and send them to me. That's exactly what I would do. And I would go over it. What'd you do? And I would walk him through. Yes. And I would wait till they step in it. And I'm like, I have photographic evidence.
We're really good folk here at Reality Gates. Like I said, I would go and be fake the whole time.
So this thing where she's like, I was humiliated because people kept calling me. Did they? Are all of her friends watching his Instagram?
I do think that, yes. Because none of them want her to be with him. Everyone's trying to break them up. No one wants them to be together.
Including me.
I kind of want her to come over and just read him for filth constantly.
Then he did say, if I did the same with you, you'd be very angry at me. And he's like, that is true. He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to build the trust back if it takes months, years, decades. What's after decades?
Yeah. Doesn't know. And she's like, well, because I thought they had cleared this cheating. She keeps saying this thing, infantile, I can't say the word. Making him be a child. Infantilizing, thank you. Because she's like, you say you're a good boy.
Oh,
you're a good boy,
I
Jamie.
hated this discussion.
But you're not a good boy, Jamie. You're a cheater. A cheater.
She's using the same words that his mother uses to shame him.
It's gross.
Yeah. It's I'm done. Their storyline has become tiresome to me and it's not funny to me anymore. So I'm just like, fast forward.
I'm a little done with them. I am enjoying UK. I think more than you. Like Michelle from Blighty Day said she was kind of thought they'd given up. But Kim from Cray Cray and I, we talk about it, and Kim was like, I want 40 episodes of this. I was like, I know. I still enjoy it. Yeah, I do. I don't know why, but I do.
To me, it feels like there's not a lot of stakes, but I think the stakes that are there are a little fake.
Maybe that's it because I don't want right now in my life. Well, that's not true. I like some shows that feel high, but a lot of my show, like I said, I want candy. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Oh well, I did miss Sam though this episode a lot. I did.
Otherwise known as Sweetie the Muppet.
Yeah.
Sweetums. Sorry. Sweetums. Let's talk about Charlotte and Johan.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate saying Johan.
Joel.
Now, she's doing the textbook Lifetime movie trope.
Very dramatic music.
Of as soon as we've lost someone, of looking at a photo album. That is definitely and I'm not. This is obviously very sad. They lost her father 10 weeks ago, but it is the most obvious possible thing we could do.
It felt like very soap opera. How do we show Dad died? Sadly, he had cancer. He passed away suddenly, and she was like, "My dad and I were two halves. He was a legend, and And she said, and he was an expert in marriages. He had
he did it 3 times.
What does that make you an expert?
Did you? I just love her mother, who is just the meanest shrew around. It says, because supposedly y'all that they keep showing that clip of him not showing up on the wedding. She's like, oh, he stood her up.
I know.
And she's kind of laughing.
We see that's next week.
I know it looks awful.
I'm not.
Oh my God, he stood her up.
Yeah, I'm not done with them yet. I feel like we kind of got a break from them. I think they want us to kind of forget about them, and it's about to get. I think shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Real.
I think we got a little bit of a prefiguring of that when his answers at the Hindu didn't seem to be. Let's say were. Less than specific.
Yes, before we get to that, because of her father passing away, she decided that she called Johan and she's like, which is true. When you're one of your parents, you do, especially if you're close to them. I do feel like there's a moment in my life where a part of myself was gone and changed once my dad died, and I'm just a different person now in some ways.
But didn't you want to rush your marriage?
Yes, I wanted to rush my marriage, and so things don't care about you. Sometimes in a good way, healthy way, sometimes in a not healthy way. For Charlotte, she's like, fuck it all. Who cares about money? I just want to get married to the man I love. So she calls him. He agrees. So when she goes in like 2 months is when they're going to get married and have a smaller wedding. And I went, how is Charlotte compromising? Because isn't really that's what she wanted anyway?
This is what she wanted. Also, he seems to, his thing was, remember, his thing was like something about he wanted her English family to come, or he wanted a lot of family.
Yes.
And that was the stumbling block. And now it doesn't seem like that, maybe because the father passed and he's like, yeah, let's do it. He has no issues now.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it just feels like the stakes that the all the air went out of the balloon for this episode. And she's like, are you sure you want to marry me? And he's like, well, you said that, of course. And then at the end, she's like, yep, I'd love to. Did you hear her say something like, you twat? I think that's what she said.
Uh-huh.
Was that about her? I couldn't figure it out.
I think they were just, when he was like, she's like, do you want to get married? He's like, of course. So he was kind of teasing her. He's like, what are you talking about? So I think it was just a tease.
Okay.
But
later, her friend Maria, this is the thing. I feel like they give the friends a script because they all ask. Now, in previous episodes of 90 Day, previous seasons, I believe that someone had to ask the question, what if she's in this for a green card? Or what?
Yes.
But they did it more convincingly. These people.
Well, also, Americans are horrible. So we always believe it usually when an
Right.
American says it. Yeah.
These people tend to, I don't think the UK people are, especially the friends of these people are any better, actually.
Well, I did not. I'm
Yeah.
speaking from what I know. Yeah.
Anyway, and so this is weird. She already has questions, but it seems like this is when the questions don't turn into, I don't know. She's like, well, who's paying for all this? Like, you don't know that. You think, they're going halvesies for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know how this works. This is not the first woman she's known who has a toy boy in the Dominican Republic.
It is not. And also, it's not about dad having fake cancer at all, y'all. It's about she wants a baby and wants to get married. And I think she totally leveraged her father's death to guilt Johan into marrying her.
Now that's dark.
That's what I think she did.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
He's gone. He's not going to know.
So
he wanted him to get married.
And she says, well, if you can't, the friend says, well, what if he doesn't get here? You'll be having a baby by yourself. And then it gets even worse. He's like, is he ready for children at 21? Does he already have any? How would you know? And it's basically, I wouldn't invite my friend if they were going to ask this, but I still feel like this was, they wrote these questions on a sheet for her.
I agree. And then but this is where it happens in these type of scenes. What I did thought was a little stretch was when they do the Hindu. Or the Hindu, or it's been called hen party before. Yeah. It's the bridesmaids party. And so it's
like the stag do.
Yeah.
That's the bachelor party.
I don't think it's a good idea for all the friends to question who's paying for everything and do you think they're scamming you at a Hindu?
The Hindu.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Question. And then the queen, who the random gay guy is like, is his mom okay with him marrying an older lady? And all of them was like, we knew Nigel would say that. That's why we invited her. We knew
Nigel. And we find out, y'all, she's only 2 years younger.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah. His mom is 2 years older than she is. She's 37 and Charlotte's 35. She's a rough 35.
She's
when she said she's 35, I went, what?
That means I was 10 years old when Johan's mom was born.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Anyway, so it's like someone needs to bring up the pernerp. Someone's got to bring up something. And it's like, can't we tell this woman?
It was all the gays. It was the gay guy and the lesbian. Because the lesbian, I'm just assuming by her haircut.
Yeah, that's fair. That was an interesting hair.
It was very, but she's the one that said, what about a prenup? And I went, these are terrible friends. But when you look at it now, as we explain it, it was just the queer people.
It's true. But why is anyone even coherent at this Hindu? You should be so drunk that you should forget you're getting married.
Maybe they want to break up heterosexual marriage. Maybe that's their agenda. It's the gay agenda.
Did you feel like, do you remember that biker, that kind of bride hat she was wearing? It's like that thing that Diane Wiest wore at the end of the Birdcage. When it was like Gene Hackman dressed up in drag, and Diane Wiest looked like a drag queen too. It's like a biker helmet.
That was the best ending to that movie.
It's a great film.
It's a great film. Now the producer, but it all worked out because she's like, oh, the best on tonight. I just want to be with him. And she says, he's got my heart. And producer said, what did you get?
The D. I was actually kind of waiting for it.
Yeah. Which
dick pig,
but also if you think about it,
it's gross.
It's not funny. It's gross.
She's buying a boy for the Dominican Republic.
It's gross. I should probably hush in case I come home with a Johan.
You're not. I'm locking up all of our finances. I'm taking out. You're going to hand over power of attorney to somebody.
while I'm on the island of the DR.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to deactivate your company card.
I mean, I feel like, is it mean for me to befriend one guy or a couple and make them think that they're going to get to go to the U.S. because of me and just bang them for a week and then ghost them? How do I do sissies who've had some sanky-panky in the DR? How do we do this?
The thing is,
I've got till September.
They're gonna want some kind of assurances. Also, I have a feeling that if it does sanky-panky stuff comes immediately, you're already gonna be buying things for them. Like if you go out and buy drinks, you're already gonna be buying things for them. So you can't just tell them it's I know you'd buy their dinner, you'd buy all their drinks and probably their mother a piece of jewelry. Oh,
I would. You know what? I should bring gifts just to have that I've bought from cheap, because I have a friend who works for a jewelry company, so I can get jewelry for like $5 and then just bring gifts for them that they think I bought.
Also, do you think you're the most eligible person down there?
Hey, they don't care. It's all about money.
I know. I'm saying not like looks or anything. I'm saying
I'll tell him
how much money you have.
I'll tell him I'm an actor in LA and he'll think I'm going to be famous and he just doesn't know me yet. All I have to say is I was on Modern Family. Modern Family is when I was in Italy. Somebody said you should tell someone in Italy that you were on Modern Family. We were talking once and Lori, my friend, brought it up and the waiter freaked out. Like, oh my God. And it was like, telling people, it was like, oh, he was on Modern. And like people, it was crazy.
But you're like, I was in one scene.
I was in for 3 minutes. Like, if that, I had 2 lines. No, I was even wearing a hat. You couldn't even really see me. But they don't give a shit. So I'm going to milk that for all it's worth.
Louise and Jose, it might as well be. God, that baby is adorable. Every time they're holding, I'm like, that's a really pretty baby.
He is. Pretty head of hair.
So there's a new track we're releasing called The Real Story. The Real Story. Historia Real.
Historia Real.
It's a story about their love. And now, when he's singing the song, does it sound like he was like talking on a computer? He is such an interesting person. Like, again, I'm like,
he is.
Is his brain oatmeal?
Well, I don't know. Judging off of that drawing, he was pretty proficient.
You mean that was done on like a kid's sketch pad with magic markers?
As he was doing this, I thought, what if the Walt Disney storyboards of the Imagineer Laboratory, whatever, what if they looked like this? What kind of cartoons would we have ended up with?
Chickens, DeLoreans.
Y'all, this looked like a 5-year-old had drawn this concept.
And he's like, and we're going to put the baby in the video.
It's not hard. Y'all, I've watched the full video. It's not hard. He basically said, I want a limo and I want to film the video outside and inside the limo. That's it.
Those are the 2 locations.
Now, the video,
there was no drone shot.
Well, there wasn't, but I do think they realized that they didn't have enough. So there's just... I'm pretty sure it's their own bedroom. It cuts to Louise, like on the bed.
Stop!
Kind of dancing on her knees, but in a not very well lit bedroom. But they had to use, probably it was a small bedroom, so they had to use one of those lenses that kind of was like a fisheye.
Yes.
And so she kind of, it's like her looking, it's like her looking in the camera, kind of like at that one song where it goes, Groove is at the heart for that video. Yes. It's not, the video was all over the place. I did not like the editing, but the color correct, it looked good. Like they made it look like it wasn't shot on a phone thing.
And y'all, Jesse has to film it. And I don't know if I would want to watch my mother being grinded upon either.
Actually, to take it a step further, this was the mother grinding. Really back. He was watching his mom back that ass up.
In her very slow way.
My family.
Jose.
My family has no boundaries, so I would be fine with this.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Most people with normal boundaries.
Jay Bird, you got to hold the camera while I ride your dad's dick.
God,
gotta look sexy, Jay Bird.
This is how you were made.
Wow.
You almost killed me coming out of me. You should pay me back for something. I told the story again how how I would never skydive because I know that if anything ever happened, that my mother would say in the grocery store after if something ever happened, Jay Bird jumped out of a plane. He had to know this would kill me. Because I have to explain. Jay Bird was so dumb, he jumped out of a plane.
I would love to skydive.
But think about it. 20 seconds on the way down when your parachute doesn't go up. What do you think about? The crushing thing of, I'm so stupid.
I wouldn't think that, but I can understand.
Why wouldn't you? What would you think?
Because I think most people, it's not a problem. Not a lot of people die from the parachute not opening.
You know what? And you be that one.
But
what happens then?
Yeah.
You mean you would not, if you were plunging to your death, think, this was a really stupid idea that I chose?
I don't know if I would have the word. I think I would just, if I knew it was happening, just let go and let God. What are you going to do?
But you put yourself in it. I blame myself. I would say, well, this is just great. Great.
I mean, it's no, I don't think it's like drunk driving or something. And we've all probably driven a little bit when we shouldn't have when we were younger.
What do you mean it's like drunk driving?
It's just as dangerous. It's not.
No.
But we've all done that. And that was stupid.
I think jumping out of a plane with an effective parachute is not the same as drunk driving.
Yeah, probably not. I'm all for it, though. But I don't know if I could tell my mother.
Yeah. So the video shoot, did you understand the 3D glasses? I will say his style is unlike anyone. It's not even that it's bad. It's just like, where is he some kind of savant who sees these things and collects these things? Or is he, as I said before, his brain is filled with muesli? I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, that's his real hair, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
With that and that coat, he has to be so hot.
I agree.
Just sweating all of the time.
She has to be so hot too because she was at that leather thing.
Yes. She really does the same dance. She just sways back and forth the entire video. But it's not good. It's not good, y'all. Anyway, watch it.
I'll try it.
Take a watch.
Let's talk about Tony and Nui. We were for a while thinking that this was all fake when he was introducing himself to her, introducing Nui to his sister. But this, I don't know how you could fake this.
I think I think the energy we caught on to that we weren't yet able to describe is he's fake. His life is fake.
Yeah.
Everything he does is manufactured like American fucking Psycho. And I think we're catching on to that.
And then when you have someone to give him something he doesn't want to do, like a sociopath, they shut down.
It disrupts his brain. Yeah.
And y'all, this was kind of terrifying to watch.
No, I can tell by what she said. Nui is scared of him.
Yes. 100%. So we start out with the kind of a less ominous beginning, but she said things like, he's crazy when he drinks. And y'all, I guarantee you, we haven't seen the worst. We saw the nice version of him when he thought he was on camera.
Yes, exactly.
And so we're meeting his friends who keeps telling her, he's going to be a great guy if you can get him to stop drinking.
Yeah. That's not, they're all kind of just
He's
joking.
going to be
but
a
no
great guy.
But no one's actually saying, hey, he's an angry alcoholic.
Yeah. Or he would be a great guy except for the fact that he's crazy and he's a bad drunk. Yeah. Or it's a real
this is what I think.
Red flag.
This is what a lot of people say. Oh, people just get mean when they're drunk. I disagree with that. People are not mean when they're drunk. It's people are fake when they're sober. And when they're drunk, they show them real self. So they're actually not a good person to begin with.
Right. That makes sense.
That's what I think.
So Nui says when I first met him, he was always drinking and partying, and she wanted him to change from the partying man to a family man. And he says, I'm overthinking. Talking to his friends, the stereotype of Thai women just being abusive to men and taking their money. And the military friends are like, he's always talking about you.
That's also not the stereotype I've heard.
Well, there is an idea of women trying to get money out of it, but there's just as many
about the men.
Yeah, you hear about that is a lot. So, and y'all, you can tell he's already drunk at this party. So. Yes. Imagine what it's like when a couple of days later, we find out that he wanted to go out more with his friends and get more wasted, and she lost it. And as he said it, she confronted him, and she said when he gets drunk, she keeps saying he acts crazy. He left her alone. Where she knows no one, has no money.
She knew no one.
Now, I don't know how she paid for a hotel, but
maybe production put her up.
Let's hope so. And then he said, I don't know if she's going through menopause or what.
Wow.
She needs to work on her anger. And y'all,
he said that.
If your mouth didn't drop and scream, you motherfucker, you need to process some things.
That's when I realized the producers of this show
were shocked.
Probably hated this guy.
Oh, yeah. And so, y'all, she says, I'm missing my daughter. I'm missing my family. She's going to go over to his Airbnb and talk to him. And, y'all, she walks in. She knocks on the door. She's like, can I talk to you? Without saying hello. He says, yeah, but you have to say hello first. Literally physically removes her from the apartment. She says,
takes her by he takes her by the arm.
Do it again. And I went, this is giving...
disrespect me.
Yes. It was giving like Sleeping with the Enemy, the towels.
Yes.
And this was terrifying.
It was terrible.
He makes her knock on the door again, and I'm watching it like this with my hand over my mouth. And she said, I don't want to fight with him anymore. And she says, why didn't you protect me? I'm in this foreign country. Why didn't you contact me? And he's like, well, why didn't you contact me? You could have called me.
And yeah, he does say that. He's like, well, why are you so angry with me? She's like, because when you drink, you are crazy. And what she really said that chilled me, she said, I feel not comfortable.
Oh.
And I went, ugh. And she says, I'm alone. I have nothing in my pocket. Again, when you act drunk, you act a little crazy. And you see Tony kind of working his head. Not that he feels bad, but more of, I don't look good.
Yeah. Did you see him get fidgety?
Yeah.
He starts to get fidgety. And at one point, you don't see him because they didn't show him looking at the cameras. But I guarantee you could see everything kind of getting smaller.
Well, they didn't show him looking at the cameras because he did look at the cameras,
yeah.
I'm sure.
It was he was being humiliated. And especially being by a woman.
Because he says, well, maybe I should have stuck around because she's in London alone. But he said, but there's no calming her down. When she goes off, she goes on and on.
I'm sure
and
it's
on.
her. And she says, this was it. Remember what happened last night at the bar? Do you remember?
Remember what you said to me.
Because if you don't remember, and
he's like, what are you talking about? I don't know.
He said, you said, this is not your country. You can't do everything. I can do whatever I want.
And I went, whoa.
And I went, there you are.
Get
There he
out.
is.
And when she said that, that's when he was like, we're not going anywhere on this. It's time for you to leave. Like
he said, okay, we're having an argument now. I want you to leave.
I'm not going to have you talk to me about this. Y'all, this guy's classic narcissist with sociopathic tendencies, I think.
100%. And y'all, she's like, but when I'm arguing with my family, we talk about it. And he's like, nope, I'm not having this conversation on camera. Take your stuff and leave. What an absolute nightmare. I'm so hoping this woman has found herself away from this guy. It's just terrifying. Ugh. These are their stories.
Yes, for real.
Yikes.
That's a show.
We say run a lot, but fuck, run.
Yeah, go back to where you're safe. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I hope you got enough of his money.
I hope so too. All right, well,
that's the show. What a weird way to end.
What a weird way to end. But that's the way the show ended. So it looks like next week we are going to have Johan potentially standing someone up. Potentially. John and Sprite, we're going to get more of them. And there's going to be, looks like more of Jamie and Kathleen, I think we saw. But we're having Sam. Sam and Ali, right? Ali, to see if he passes his English test. So it looks like next week might be a little bit of a funnier episode because this is real.
We have 12 episodes.
Yes.
By the way.
If you want to listen to this episode without any commercials, you can do that. Just go to RG Plus. It's our premium podcast service. You can do that through Apple Podcast, the app. You just click right there on the app and download that. Again, we don't know who you are, so you can't. If you are on our Patreon or our Supercast, you'll be able to vote in polls. And so be sure to, if you want to be on Patreon, go to patreon.com/realitygaze, or you can go to Supercast. All right. So you can get all that commercial free and vote in polls and do all that fun stuff. I think that's it. All right, everybody. Oh, we haven't asked this in a long time. Leave an Apple Podcast or a Spotify review.
Please.
We appreciate that very much. If you enjoy this podcast and want to leave us 5 stars, that's great. If you want to leave us 1 star, no need.
just don't. Just don't put that negativity out there.
Yes.
Go for a walk. Go get laid.
Yeah, get your vibrator out.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget about it. All right, everybody. We call these lads and lasses lonely hearts, poods, because we all just lonely hearts from across the pond, just searching for some love and affection in all the wrong town squares.
Yes. And y'all remember, if we ever open with a shot of you looking through a family album,
it's not good.
It's not good.